Hey, Jackie, we're live.
Hey,
I think we're doing this. All these
you look
fun gadgets.
great.
Ta-da! Okay, so let's
That's
get
awesome. I
started.
love this.
How are you
Yeah.
tonight? I love your background.
How are you doing?
Doing good. So let's get started. I just wanted to touch base, what's going on with COVID here in Nevada. We're on a soft lockdown for 3 weeks. So, right through the holidays, and it's kind of putting a damper on everybody's holidays. What's going on in California?
Well, we're basically on the exact same thing. It's like we have a curfew at 10 p.m. and they're just asking everyone to be very safe and basically spend Thanksgiving outdoors. But I don't know if anybody's planning on doing that or not. Different than we were last week. So my family's just going to have Thanksgiving inside and stay safe. So how about you? How are you guys going to spend Thanksgiving?
We got some family coming over, and we're going to keep it really low. We're going to keep it low key. Anyways,
yeah, same here.
So let's get started. Last week we talked about how to know if your house is haunted. We're talking about the Warrens and how important their information is, and we're trying to share some of the findings that they've shared with us along the years, so that people don't always have to reinvent the wheel. So we talked about how do you know if your house is haunted? Basically you hear knockings, you get cold chills, you might get touched. You might see shadows at the side of your eye and things like that. What happens is, those are the subtle signs to let people know that, hey, you're starting to get a ghost in your house or whatever. And they kind of do it real subtly. And if you don't take care of it, then they realize that they can come in and they bring in more spirits, and they bring in the stronger, more powerful spirits, or spirits get activated depending on what's going on in the house. And so, like, if you don't sage or get rid of it or whatever, from there it starts building into something more diabolical, called oppression. So when it first starts out, it starts out and it's called infestation, but when it starts getting worse, it's called oppression.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you know if it's how do you know if it's oppression? So I'll look at my notes. Do you have anything to say before we roll on to oppression?
I've actually had in the past quite a few people call and tell us they were experiencing all these exact same things. And, it's so scary to think about how people are living like this. And so it's a big part of why I go out and I help people and, help them get through these tough times and then send them to the right people to, end what's going on around them, because it does affect people and it becomes a very desperate situation. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's very scary.
It is scary, especially when
I'd love to know.
What?
I'm actually learning more about it than I thought I knew so much about it. But, when we were talking about it prior, it brings back, so much information of what people go through. And it's a lot. It takes over their home. It can take over their mind, their emotions, their mental state, their physical state, how it affects the entire family. It preys literally on the weak. And it's very sad what happens to people in these families.
Well, the first bad sign is if somebody starts isolating themselves, and then voices start telling them to do bad things, telling them negative things, like hurt yourself or hurt others, or
exactly.
They start isolating their family members, and they start listening to dark music. They start getting interested in dark things like violence, violent music.
That's right.
Occult things. They start
very scary.
Possibly, you know.
And it's very scary because a lot of people think, they just assume that it's a phase. And, you know, they don't always know that there's something serious going on. And they just think that because the paranormal is not the first thing that people go to. You know, they think, oh, it's just something that this person's going through. They're depressed. And they have all these different reasons of why they're experiencing all these things. But in the reality of it, when it's actually going on, and then the family starts to realize there's more happening than they can explain.
Right. So they become obsessed with dark things. They hear voices telling them to hurt people, hurt themselves, hurt animals. They might get into dark music, violent movies, start wearing dark clothing, and start having negative emotions, you know, and then they might get into witchcraft and things like that. So they become haunted people, you know.
Very scary.
And then they'll start, if you don't take care of it then it seeps in. Like I was saying last time, it's kind of like it's like a living darkness, and it starts seeping in, and it's a intelligent darkness. It's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
So so if they don't go and get a priest or get blessed or things like that, how do you know it's diabolical? So if you go and get a priest and you get your house blessed and it goes away, then it was just a spirit or a ghost. But if it doesn't go away and it gets worse, and then you know it's diabolical. For instance, if you have a priest come over to your house, or someone with a high vibration, somebody that's there to deal with it and remove it, you're going to start hearing like poundings on the wall. You're going to start seeing.
That's right. You will.
Happen, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you do.
And they also say that, like, say if you're a healer or a priest or something, and you go into a house like that to battle that, there's a good chance that you may take it from the house.
Yeah.
But you're going to take it with you. So you really have to know what you're doing, and they really caution people, you know, going in there and just not really knowing what they're doing.
Exactly. And, you know, a lot of the people on the paranormal don't understand what they're doing sometimes when they open themselves up and they allow things, even they don't understand how dark things can be. And when you're opening yourself up to that and you're allowing things in, you don't know what you're asking for. You don't know what's coming. And you really, truly don't know what's, you know, going to take over your basic being. And it can carry over into your home and your family members, your friends. It could be anyone surrounding you. So you have to be very careful of these things. Very careful.
So the Warrens, and again, we're talking about the Warrens and the information that they've been providing throughout the years. They said, okay, so what's so bad about a Ouija board? You know, people are like, what is so bad about a Ouija board? What's the problem? Okay, so here's the deal. If a spirit comes to visit you and it's a family member, whatever, you know, they're not usually trying to hurt you. But that's a human. That was a human. That was a spirit that walked the earth as a human. When you start doing things like Ouija boards, you're kind of opening up like the abyss.
You are.
You're asking questions, and those creatures want to come through.
They sure do.
Into this reality.
It's an invitation. You're opening up a portal. A lot of people think it's just a fun game. They think, oh, let's do this. It's so fun. They have no idea what they're doing. They don't know what they're asking for. And when you are basically telling something from another realm, you're welcome. We're inviting you in. You don't know what's coming for you. So you have to be very careful about inviting things in, especially with the Ouija board, because once you open a Ouija board, you're opening up a portal for anything to come through.
Yes, exactly. So now the difference is like doing a seance. You're asking and you're calling for specific people.
That's right. You are.
Kind of like a vibration. So a person's name is like a vibration.
Yes.
And then when you pass over to the other side.
That's right. A vibration of energy.
Yes. There's like a veil in between our world and theirs. And it's like strings. It's a like strings. I'll explain to you later. We can go into that later.
Okay.
But when you start mentioning their name, it sends out that vibration and it connects to them. And you
are asking to connect with an individual. Seance is very different. A lot of people think it's the same thing. What's the difference? I get this a lot. I actually have people ask me quite often, what is the difference? You know, if you're opening yourself up, what difference is there? And I said, well, Ouija board, you're opening yourself to anything. Seance, you're opening yourself up to an individual because you're literally calling out one individual. Now, for instance, if you do go to a location and you open a Ouija board game to a specific person, you might get that person. I don't know. But at the same time, you're also opening yourself up to anything.
Exactly.
There is no limit of what is capable of coming in.
Exactly.
Once you open it and once you invite it in, and if it wants to come in, it's going to come in. It's going to come at you.
So
if you scary.
So you need to do something.
Oh, sorry, my light was tilting. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So now, if you don't take care of it, then it keeps getting worse. Okay, so what happens is, like the big demons, they send in their minions to mess with you and to toy with you and to see if you're susceptible. So people think, oh, it's my imagination, But once they start like scaring you and causing confusion, those are when it's getting worse. Okay, so you're going to start feeling really cold chills, the really bad smells, horrid smells. You're going to hear possibly music and people talking. You're going to feel breezes come in, and you can maybe possibly see like black dogs or shadow dogs coming in. And then you're going to see what's called our ghost globules. Okay, so this is what people want to call orbs. Okay. And there's a lot of people that say, oh, there's dust and things like that. But like I've seen, they call them ghost globules, but you can call them scepters or specters or globes, light globes.
Yeah, I've heard of specters where they're like big orbs.
Yeah. So what it is it's electromagnetic energy, and this is what they use to manifest in a house. So what electromagnetic energy is, it's a flow of energy, electricity or electromagnetic, and it's surrounded by magnetism, and it with a force of some source that pushes out, it goes in waves, and that wave gets shot out, and it can do three things. It can bounce off a substance, it can go through a substance, or it can be absorbed through a substance. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I'll explain it a little bit more. Okay, so when people aren't grounded, now this is how they can cause poltergeist. When people aren't grounded, they give off negative energy. Naturally, people's energy will go through a loop through the earth and come back. That's how you ground yourself, through the earth. But a lot of people, if they're in desperate situations, or they're being traumatized, or they're stressful or angry or hurt, they hold their emotions in. Now, an emotion is a force that can guide that electromagnetism. It can guide it out, and it could create poltergeist situations. So let's say a child is being mistreated at home, and they're holding in their hurt and their anger, and they're just like boiling. They are accumulating so much negative energy that at any time it could just explode. Now what happens is the force that goes out, and it just gets greater and greater, and that energy can create poltergeist situations where I said bounces off of dishes, like it goes towards dishes and breaks it and stuff like that. That can happen from people.
That's right.
So what they said, what the Warren said was how do you know if a person has a spirit on them or around them, or if they're potentially being oppressed, or if there's spirit or energy on them, is you'll start seeing little like pinpoints of light coming off of somebody, pinpoints of light. And then those pinpoints of light will group together and they'll form those little orbs. They're like,
that's right,
like half dollar size orbs. And then those orbs will group together, and then you'll get like a ball, those balls flow. And then more electromagnetic energy molecules form, and then you get like a cigar shape, and then that eventually manifests into an apparition or a ghost.
That's right, it does.
And then those can dematerialize, go through walls and things, and then materialize. And that's pretty much what a ghost is made out of. It's little pinpoints of light.
It's so true, and it's so interesting how the Warrens explained this in detail so long ago. Yet, we find so many people in the paranormal who are still trying to find the answers to this. And it's amazing how they've given us answers, and yet people are still trying to create new answers. And it's amazing how much information they really did give us in the beginning.
Right. So now what happens if you don't take care of it then, or if you don't ground yourself, or if you don't sage yourself, or get help, or release? Basically what you need to do is start releasing that negative emotion till you get to a neutral, because you start vibrating at such a low level. The vibration is you can get attachments that way. So now what happens if the energy turns diabolical in the house? Okay, and now we have a diabolical or a demonic infestation. Then you're going to you'll have that evil stench. It'll be icy cold. People can start levitating. They can actually get teeth marks with saliva, and these are called psychic wounds. They can get scratches and bruises, boils, burn marks. Their eyes can turn to like a snake. They'll start growling. They can get thrown out of bed. Now that's a diabolical infestation.
That's when things are getting really bad.
Okay, now at
that point you need serious help. That's why you need to start bringing in the real help, like priest, and getting a demonologist and someone in the home who can really help you. Because at that point, it's not just like some regular person's not just going to come in and help you get rid of those things.
Right. Now, diabolical infestation causes confusion. It's coming from like I said, it's coming from the beings or whatever that's never walked as humans. That it's those creatures that could be like jinn, or could be fire.
We're never human.
Yeah, could be, there's a lot of jinn, and that'll be another topic for another day.
Yeah.
But, it says diabolical spirits are just waiting for people to use them as a vessel so that they can curse others and hurt others and wreak havoc on others. And so what the Warren says is, the Warrens, they say that opposites attract. So let's say you have a child and this child is really energetic, and children are like batteries. Okay. So, and they're really high vibrating, and you get something dark and diabolical, they're going to attract to that child, and they're going to start using that child to spread that evil out, and that's their goal, is to reach more and more people and jump more and more and grow. And then it becomes everybody's affected. Now you have this big, massive energy that can just like boom, boom, boom. It's crazy.
It's insane, like how it can really come in and affect anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, young or old, healthy, sick. It can affect anybody. And it does actually prey more on the weak, where they consider people who have mental, any kind of mental issues, emotional issues, any kind of physical issue. If you're ill, they prey on those people.
Yes.
So, and people don't understand when they're reaching out, and sometimes you have someone in your home, you don't even know they're doing these things. And the darker it gets, the more they attract. And so more things can come in. Like, you're not just inviting one thing. It could be multiple things that are coming in.
And once they achieve that fear and that confusion, and they pretty much know that person, if a person's the next step is possession, which is rare, but the next step would be possession. And once those other minions decide, hey, this person doesn't believe it, it's allowing it in deeper and deeper, allowing it, they're getting dark, they're getting violent, they're going, they're alienating themselves.
Alienating.
The minions go, and the more evil, sinister ones come. And that's the ones that have the power to seep in and possess people, which we will talk about that next week. We'll also talk about attachment and how that can lead to other things. So we do have a guest coming on.
I had one in 22 years of being in the paranormal, and I only experienced that once.
Oh, possession.
I had an attachment.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that.
We're going to talk about that next week, because I see your guest on. I'm going to go ahead and have her come in. Yeah. Except her name.
Oh, great.
Hey, woo!
Oh, no, that's my name. Sorry.
What's her name?
Hi. This is one of my really good friends. Hi to most. Can you hear us?
Actually, I'm Alexandria Lanier, but hey, hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. We can. You look amazing. Oh, my God. This is great.
Yeah, you look absolutely amazing.
I feel like I need some cleavage. Is that going to work? Is that okay?
That works.
I know it's all
You're so skinny.
I'm what?
There's no fat on her. She's so skinny.
I know it's so
Go ahead, Becky.
Oh. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Heidi. She's a really good friend of mine.
Alexandria?
Alexandria. I'm sorry, Alexandria. She's a really good friend of mine. So anyway, tell us all about, so Alexandria writes children's books, and they are called the
Little Zombie Kids?
What are they called?
They're Little Zombie Kids.
Little Zombie Kids. And she writes these amazing books, and she does all this amazing stuff for these kids. Oh my gosh, these books are amazing. And the stuff, it's like stuffed animals of the characters, right?
Yes.
Of the little zombies? Do you have them? Can we see what they look like?
Well, I have the main character here.
Okay. So what's his name?
His name is Roman.
Roman. I love him. He's so cute. So tell us exactly what it is that you do.
So what I do is I am an author, a photographer, and a costume designer. And what I did with this series is I decided that I wanted to do something with zombies, but I didn't want to do it with like people. I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something a little more fun. So I decided to use like these little cool dolls. Like, look at that's the back of him.
He's awesome. I love the characters. These books are amazing.
Thank you. So yeah, so what I did was I originally started it as a 365. So it was going to be a picture a day about little zombie dolls, for a year. And then I ended up with so much footage that I was like, well, let's just do a book series,
That's awesome.
And so
do you have the book there?
I'm sorry?
You have the book there?
Yeah, I have. There's 12 of them.
All right.
So
I can't wait to see them.
Well, this is the Christmas box set.
Oh, that's great. I love that. So does that come with the entire set?
This is the entire collection of 12 books.
Oh, wow. So do you sell these?
Yes. This is
Where
what the box set looks like inside.
Oh, I love that.
Little clowns, because that's the circus. And then this is from Halloween. It's a haunted house.
Oh, I love that. That is so great. That's a great box. Really super creative. Now, did you design all that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So
show us the books.
Okay. So the first book is Apocalypse. Everything starts, with the apocalypse, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get your zombies. and then
like we're about to get some zombies in 2020.
It's like, okay, so this actually does, the zombie book series is 12 books, but it follows a map around the United States because they're on a zombie walk. And it has all the holidays in it. And because I wanted the map to go across the country and around up into the northern part for Christmas and come back down, it starts in Colorado. So, and that's not because weed started being legal in Colorado. That had nothing to do with it. It starts in Colorado. So anyways, that's the Apocalypse. That's where the first 3 characters come in to play.
Super cute.
And they're super adorable. And their little personalities, they're just it's really hard to pick a favorite. They have great personalities. And so anyways, after that, they go to a science lab. Like here, where I am now.
Alexandria is in the science lab.
I'm in the lab. We're celebrating Christmas, COVID style in the lab.
Exactly.
So anyways, they decide they want to make the perfect girl. You remember in the 80s, Weird Science?
Of course. Yes. I love Weird Science.
Yeah. So it totally inspired. They made the perfect girl, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So they go there and they make her out of candy and stuff, like gummy worms and all their favorite things.
So cute.
Yeah, because they're kids and it's awesome. So then they keep going there. They leave the lab and they go on a walk and they end up in, they're zombies. They're kids. They don't really they're not following a map. They're just kind of walking along, and they end up in Mexico.
Oh, that's a great place to go.
I know. And they're buried in the sand in Mexico, and they're all wait, I can't show you. Okay. So they're walking along, sandstorms, stuff like that. It's good fun. I'm trying to go on the right angle here. Yeah. Anyway, so it's a lot of sun, a lot of sand. Zombies aren't digging it. It's just not working for them. The vampire's having a hard time. There's no food. It sucks.
Oh, so there's vampires in this book too?
There's a vampire. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we love that. We love vampires.
So yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have our scientist is a vampire. So he's a vampire scientist.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
When did you start writing books?
So I started. I started out as a costume designer in 2003, and then in 2004, I won the Masquerade at Comic-Con in San Diego for Best in Show for costume design.
Wow, that's amazing, Alexandria. That's absolutely hard to do.
You know what? I think if you would have told me it was hard to do, I probably wouldn't have won.
Really?
Nobody said you can't do this, right? I just said,
oh, you can do anything.
Just have fun, you know? So I just went and had a good time. And I loved it. It was great. I love the whole Comic-Con.
Well, congratulations.
What?
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. So like that was like a long time ago. Okay. So then after that happened, then I started doing you know, I was photographing costumes and stuff like that. And I kind of stuck with the whole costumey theme. And I did like a lot of like I did Alice in Wonderland, fairies, I did Wizard of Oz, I did mermaids, I did pirates. I did all that fun stuff. And then I was like, somebody said, well, you should do zombies. And I was like, no, there's this other guy doing them, and he does like all these like nudie girls, and he, you know, they all look like they've been eaten and stuff, and he looked like he knew what he was doing. So I was like, you don't need me. anyway, then I started
involved.
dolls, and I was like, okay, I can do it now. I can do zombies now because this looks totally up my alley. A little more challenging. I'm no longer working with like humans. Now I'm working with dolls, and it's more like stop motion animation. And that's a little more trying because everything falls. Like everything's like falling. This whole set falls apart. Then you got to put it all back together again to get your shot. And it's like once it's set design, it's just a lot. And then you know, it's the photography, the editing, then the writing. And when we decided we wanted to do the writing, we wanted to do cool stuff. We were like, okay, look. I had a ghostwriter that I worked with, Beth Bartlett, who is actually not a ghost anymore. What happened was she stuck with me for 6 years. And to have somebody like, it's really hard to get somebody to write a book review or just a review.
Yeah.
Try getting a writer to stick with you for 6 years to finish the project. And she loved it. And we had a great time. And it was
that's
so
awesome.
fun.
I love that.
Yeah. So she wrote the short stories, and I wrote the storyboards, and I wrote the poems. And I said, you know, Beth, you're awesome. You've got to have credit for this. This is a huge accomplishment. 12 books.
That's great.
And we had a great time. So then there's the doll artist, and the doll artist, I ran into her on Etsy. You know, Etsy has so many talented people, but Moira McClung, she rocked out these dolls. I said, I think that's how I originally got inspired. Yeah, I saw her. She made some zombie dolls. She made a Roman, and I was like, I need Roman. You do this. Jax, I see you inspired like that all the time. You know, you see something you really love, and you're like,
I am exactly the same way.
You know, we all kind of get inspired by whatever it is. You know,
that's so true.
So, anyways, that happened.
My granddaughter, she's 3 years old, and she adores zombies. Like we go out and play, and we chase after her like, and she runs. They love it.
Zombie walk down perfect. You know, kids are really good at it, and grandmas are really good at the zombie walk. So anyways, back to the story. I think that I answer your question, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think it's amazing. I just love watching the whole thing. Look at you. You're amazing.
So what happened was I was like, okay.
She is so amazing. I have so much to tell you about her.
So I just do this stuff for fun. You know, we all of us do our thing that we enjoy on the side. We have, you know, our real lives and whatever we do. And then you need an outlet or creative outlet. Everybody needs something to keep them going, you know, and something of your own. Some of
exactly. Something that you're passionate about and you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what we do here.
We love
it. Mom, just like you. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm sitting there going, what am I going to do today? I went to the gym. I joined the gym. And I was like, this sucks. I can't do the gym thing. Okay, sorry. So
I used to go all the time. I need to get my butt back in, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So I'm like, I need, then I got a little taste of Comic-Con, and I think that did it for me. I like went in there and I was like, they're like, these are people are geeks. And back then it was like Comic-Con was just like you walk into San Diego, the convention center, it's just aisles and aisles of comic books being sold. And there were characters coming through Comic-Con at the time, and the costumes were amazing. And that's what got me. They got me with the costumes. I was like, whoa, wow.
Yep.
And then I got like ADHD. I'm like, and you see like super sexy people. I mean, you see like, people running around there as skibbies.
I've been going for years, like 8 years now, and the costumes blow my mind.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite part about going. So I know what you're saying. I love going.
Yeah.
And doing things. It's great. So tell us more about the books. Like, where do you sell these books? So how much are they? Do you sell them at a certain place? Do you have like a website?
So Little Zombie Kids, the books are on Amazon.com, and you can also get them at littlezombiekidz.com. And right now, the box set, the 12-book box set, is available only at littlezombiekidz.com, and it will be it will be up for sale in December. There's a limited amount of those. Once they're sold, they're gone. And then pretty much everything is going to switch over once I'm out of print for my copies. Then everything is just going to switch over completely to Amazon, and because they can totally handle it, and they're awesome, and I love working with them. It's been great. So it's 12-book series. They're super, super, super cute little zombies. The little dolls are adorable. The stories are so much fun.
The dolls are so adorable. I literally want the dolls just for this. I want to display them somewhere. They are so freaking cute.
Oh, I know. Okay, so my husband was like, I said, okay, I think I might sell these. And he was like, don't you dare. And he wanted the little Rasta zombie so bad. Kingston. He's super freaking cute. And Kevin was like, we got to put him in the van. You got to put him in the Volkswagen van because he's just too cool. Don't you ever sell that doll. And I was like, okay, I know. He's pretty awesome. God.
I love it.
But they're all really cool. Some of the things that I did in the series, these are very boutique style books. They're not the kind of books that you would ever find at Barnes and Noble. I mean, maybe you would. I don't know if they're that bold, to be honest, because I think a lot of book publishers are very conservative because they're corporate and they're limited to what they can do. And I didn't have that problem. So when I took the dolls out, I did stuff like put them in, there's a whole war book, and I wrapped them in bandages and I put them in war scenes, and they're like suffering and pain and a lot of pain, but not really, because they're zombies.
Aww.
And it's really just paintball. It's
they're
nothing.
Dead, they're still dying.
Wrapping them in bandages and doing all that and setting them up in these little scenes where they're like, it's like it's apocalyptic war. It's so fun. So I got to put them in these awesome settings and then create really cute characters for each book. Like these little guys. This is X and O.
Oh my God.
Okay, so cute, Kim.
What are the age limits for your books? What's the age range?
I would say 8 to 12 is perfect. Okay. Because when kids get about 8 years old, they want something a little bit more. And once they start getting a little bit older, like 10 years old, they're a little more savvy. It's no longer, see spot run. It's it's more like ran away.
And kids are starting to like more and more stuff like that at a younger age, because I noticed even with my little ones, they started liking things like that at 4 and 5 and 6. So it might actually be the age group might even be bigger than you think.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that I did it for fun, and I figured when I was a kid, I was a pretty cool kid. I loved a lot of things like Goonies. I grew up watching Star Wars. We watched one of my favorites. I really loved shoot. I'm totally forgetting the name of it. Gremlins. I absolutely love Gremlins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Gremlins scared me when I was young.
You what?
The Gremlins scared me when I was young.
See, I was just going to talk about people like you.
I was probably like 10 or 11 years old when I saw that. It scared me to death.
Why?
I don't know.
You're fine.
I have no idea, but they just freaked me out.
That's okay. Okay, well, these aren't that scary, but okay, so in this haunted house book, you got to think about like what you were doing in 2nd and 3rd grade. You kind of forget in that age group what was going on and what was really trending at that time. And it's kind of like it passes on generation to generation and nobody ever forgets Bloody Mary.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
And so
it gets more and more interesting.
So like having her and like what her whole purpose is and why she would even want anything to do with the zombie kids. Because actually one of the little girls is just obsessed with her and is like, I want to hang out with Bloody Mary. So what Bloody Mary's like, come with me and hang out in the mirror with me and we'll just admire ourselves all day. It's all about vanity, right? And so she goes into the mirror with her and she's like, great, I'm cute, whatever. This is boring. Where's my friends? Let me out of here. And Mary's like, no, stay with me. And Betsy's like, get me out of here. But you can only handle so much of that, right? Looking at yourself in the mirror.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know.
I love that.
Anyway, so that was the whole the little story of Bloody Mary. And I think that was okay. I don't think anybody got hurt in that. But and then there's the little poems. And this one, there's a little Halloween poem. It's a little dark in here. But the books have poems. The books have, they're kind of a little dark. But they're super funny and cute and quirky. And I would want to say very Nickelodeon, Disney.
Oh, that's great. Those would be great Christmas presents. I just know that my granddaughter would love those books. She loves Jack Skellington and all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, who would have thought, you know?
How about zombie gingerbread?
Those are great.
Oh my God. Those are cute.
So there's another one.
You have all of the stuffed animals of every book?
I have them, but they're not in the lab right now. Some of them are out doing their zombie walk, exercising.
But you sell them all?
They can only handle so much time in the lab, right? I let them out, they're out eating brains right now. I'll be back. So no, I don't actually sell the dolls yet.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh my God, that would be such a huge hit. I can't believe you don't sell the dolls.
Well, the thing is that because, okay, seriously, these doll artists, I don't know if you've ever gone on Etsy and tried to buy a doll. Because this is not considered a child's doll. It's actually considered an adult doll, which is which means that kids, it's more expensive, so it's more of a collectible. So
yeah,
artists charge $125 for a doll like that.
Post the link in the comments, Jackie.
Okay, so I'm going to post the link in the comments of where people can buy the books.
Okay.
So what do you want me to put up for the purchase?
They can go to Amazon. If they have KDP, they can go to which is Kindle Book Publishing. Kindle. Okay. If they have Kindle, they can go to Amazon. And if they're members of Kindle, then they can get all the books now. Except for up to December is going to be released. This is going to be released in December. Okay. They can get 10 books. And then because we started in March and it's 12 books, it'll go until February. Okay. So January, February will be the last 2 books.
Oh, awesome.
But if they wanted all the books now, all 12 of the books in the box as as a collection, as the signed collection, and that's limited edition. They can get that from littlezombiekidz.com in December.
Okay. Perfect. I'll post that link on our site, and we'll make sure that everybody gets to check it out. And if they want to order the set, they'll know where to go. But we absolutely love it.
Yay!
And we're so excited you got to come on and share this with us.
No, it's super cute, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'm glad you like it. And it's entertaining kids and adults, whoever, that sort of thing. But
I just want to say thank you again, Alexandria, for coming on and being our guest today and sharing your amazing books and the stories. I'm actually learning more about it tonight than I even knew, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, well, Jax, you know what? You're amazing, and I love what you do. And I think the alien thing and the Sasquatch thing, just that's
another side of people. We'll talk more about that later, and I'll explain to people on the show. A lot of people on here don't even know that I do stuff outside of the paranormal. I mean, it's still paranormal to me, but alien and Bigfoot stuff. So yeah, I'll tell you guys more about all that later. And but I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and being our guest. And we absolutely love your costume. You look amazing. And we love the book, and we're super excited. And if anybody's interested, and believe me, these are amazing books. Yes. And she is an amazing friend of mine, and I absolutely love you and adore you. And I just have such a great time with you. So thank you so much for coming on. And I'm actually going to bring her husband on another show because we're going to talk about Bigfoot stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I think we ran into Bigfoot one time when we were on a Boy Scout camp out. We ran into Bigfoot.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is with Bigfoot and Boy Scouts, but
I'll do a million Boy Scouts with me when I go because I got to see this thing before I die.
I'm sorry?
You ran into Bigfoot?
That is really my dream, to see Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah. So
that's my bucket list item.
We did, we heard him. Okay, so we heard him. He was definitely out there, and he kind of howls a little bit. Is that but not, I mean, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's kind of he does make a noise, but when he was stepping on the ground, it shook the ground. And all the kids were around the campfire at the time. And we even had the Girl Scouts came over to visit. They were roasting s'mores, and all of a sudden you could hear it, and you could hear the trees, and the trees were moving up high, really high. So whatever it was really big. And then some of the older boys ran out and to look to see what was going on, and they said they saw him running away. So that was the Bigfoot sighting.
Well, that's my dream.
You want to make more?
So, I am dying to see Bigfoot, and that's my biggest goal in life is to actually get to see one for myself. So hopefully that'll happen, and soon, because I actually have a brand new Bigfoot team that I'll tell more about later. But yeah, I would die to have that experience.
It's too much fun. I think that and the whole alien thing is just the hottest thing right now. And for kids and for parents and families, it's a great family thing. And so
it's a lot of fun. It's funny because, I've been into this for so long now that I feel like people are just now catching up. And it's yay, people are finally on board with me.
Right. But no, it is a big thing. It's it's this, I think it's something that people have loved for a long, long time, but it just became super popular now.
Yeah.
I think Bigfoot's just always, every boy growing up has wanted to see Bigfoot.
And a girl.
There's a couple of girls out there that are really cool like you, and they want to see Bigfoot too. But
well,
you
there's
can
not that
go
many
there.
girls in the world like me. I have to say, like I'm the weirdo girl in the world who's into, ghost hunting, Bigfoot, and aliens. So there's that.
It's exciting. As a photographer, whenever I see a building that's condemned and about to fall down, I want to photograph it. And every time I see something looks ghostly or spooky, I want to photograph it. Because
That's awesome.
It's entertaining and it's curious. It's very curious.
Oh, I absolutely love your style. I love your books. I love everything about you. You're amazing. And your costume blows my mind. I love it. I love the background.
Wait, you haven't seen my shoes? You gotta see my shoes. Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, those are awesome.
These are
like you got moon boots.
I have this thing.
I'll take a pair at 8.5.
Look at the back. I love these shoes. I'm like,
cool.
Okay, putting a mad scientist costume together I would never thought it would be so much fun. I've done a lot of costumes on a lot of people, but I was like, okay, wait, I gotta like make my own little badge. I got this at Comic-Con from someone. It's a Z tag, and this little guy lights up. It's really cute. And painting the coat and making the coat, and then there's others, and then the makeup, doing makeup like this is so much fun. There's also this is pop makeup, but I didn't do a whole lot of pop art on it. Sometimes I do a little more, and I'll switch things around a bit. But the little patches are so much fun. The jumpsuit, this little bodysuit, is absolutely adorable. You would love this company.
If it's a onesie, I'd wear it.
It's a really snug. It's kind of Burning Man.
I love snug onesies. They're like my favorite thing.
It's a bodysuit, and my other one is adorable too, and it's all zombie and eyes popping out. It's just great.
Oh, that's so cute.
So yeah, no, this is cool. But I want to do more. I want to create more characters and do more things. So the zombie thing is absolutely fabulous. It's year round, so I'll be able to play with that all the time. And when I'm not playing with that, I'll get to play with other things, because now that the books are done and people can enjoy them, that's awesome. Now I can.
Yeah, that's great.
More free time to get out. Once this COVID thing ends, then I'll be able to get out and actually meet people and see people.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun. So
that's what's happening with us. Even we're doing the same thing. We're out there starting new things, new projects. People are ready to just move forward.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I'm really liking Joshua Tree. Went to Joshua Tree, and that was really kind of cool. I think there's some good opportunities there for ghosts, for some ghost hunting, and I think for some alien hunting. And I think I might have seen something to do with Sasquatch.
All three.
I don't know where he's going to hide out there, but
he's going to hide behind Joshua's tree.
You can get stickers in your butt really easy.
Where's that tree and who's Joshua? I got to get a hold of him. He's got all three going for him.
I don't know.
I'm going right with Josh. I love you. You're great.
I love you too. So
thank you so much for coming on. We absolutely love you. You are great.
All right. Well, I'll have to come visit you again in some other.
Yes. Come back and visit us again.
Yeah, we'll have to I'll visit you from another place.
Yeah, come back and visit us from another place.
I won't be stuck in the lab.
Joshua's tree.
Yeah, from Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
I'll be out
Kim and I love to do location stuff. So I think maybe possibly next week we might possibly surprise you guys and be in the same location. So who knows? We'll see.
I'm excited to see where you end up next.
Yeah, you never know where Kim and I will end up.
Well, you guys have a lot of fun.
Well, that's going to wrap up this section of our guests. We've got a few more minutes, so we're going to sign out with Alexandria, and then we'll talk a few more minutes on the show. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Isn't she awesome?
I love her. She's just adorable.
I know she is. She's great. Her and her husband are so amazing, and they're such great friends of ours. And they actually live just like maybe 4 houses down from us, and they do the most amazing pirate themed decorations for Halloween. I'll have to post pictures later, but they're known for like the most popular house in all of Temecula. And if anyone on here is from Temecula and you're watching, you know exactly who I'm talking about because they're known as the Pirate House. And they go all out. It literally looks like Pirates of the Caribbean. It is amazing. Wow. Yeah. Thousands of people come here to our street literally because of their house. So if you live on this street, you got to keep up. Yeah, we actually did the what is it called? The Joe Exotic theme at our house this year, and the parents enjoyed that, and it was so funny to me how many kids knew who that was.
You'll have to live stream from there.
You what?
You'll have to live stream from there sometime.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Their house is absolutely amazing. And even when it's not Halloween, just the look of the house looks like you look like you're at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It is so freaking cute. It's beautiful.
We have my throat's giving out a little. So we have a couple more minutes. I wanted to talk about what's coming up for next show. Next week is your week to plan the show. Do you have any ideas?
I actually do. I have a few ideas. I'm actually considering talking about some things that we don't normally talk about, but I'm thinking about bringing in maybe some cryptid like style characters, talk about something new. We kind of went over one week talking about the Mothman, and it made me start thinking about how many more things are out there than just regular, the regular paranormal stuff, which people think is just ghosts and, demons and whatever else they want to call it. But I'm thinking about maybe bringing in some new information about some cryptid style characters. I know we were talking about vampires and just a second ago, aliens and Bigfoot. It just made me think about like how many more things are out there that we want to talk about. So I want to bring that to our show, as well as I have been dying to talk about the Winchester House.
Oh, yes.
I am absolutely fascinated by the Winchester House. I've been there. Have you ever been there?
No, not yet.
Oh, one day we're going to have to go there. That place, it literally blows my mind. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who've been there that probably think like, this is the weirdest place, but it's such an amazing house. And you just think like, what was this woman thinking building this house like that? But this house is known to be so crazy haunted.
Yes.
And
that's why she built it that way, right? To appease the spirits.
They've actually caught so many people have caught things moving around, and video of apparently there was like a ghost, like I don't know if it was like a worker or what they think it was, but anyway, I want to bring that to everyone's attention next week. That has always been something that has caught my attention, because the very first time I personally went there, I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. And ever since then, it's just like, wow, this place just blows my mind. And it always stuck in my mind too, because when you're so young and you're not in the paranormal yet, it just sort of carries along with you through life. And you go to, different places and you think, this kind of reminds me of that place. And so in a way, I guess it kind of was like the beginning of my journey, because that was one of the first places I ever went where I would hear stories, the ghost stories, outside of my own family telling me stuff. But yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to see what everybody thinks about that, and if anybody has anything to add about that I'm not aware of. But I'm super curious to see like how much information I can dig up on that.
That would be great. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll continue on our segment with the Warrens, and then we'll kind of go off into that area. And we want to plan a Christmas show.
Yes, we want to plan a Christmas show, and I'm going to be going to Las Vegas, and Kim and I are going to do a Christmas live show. I'm going to call it the Christmas Quickie. So we are going to surprise you guys on if we're going to, be at a specific location, but I'm going to try really hard to see if maybe there's some special place that maybe we can shoot our show at, or maybe just go and shoot a video and show you guys something new, or just do something exciting. But anyway, yeah, I want to do something special for that.
Any upcoming guests that you want to mention?
Oh, gosh, let's see. Who do we have coming up? I have a list of people, and I'm going to see if I can get them all to come on within the next couple of shows. But let me think.
Okay.
I can't think of anybody specific that is going to be coming on with us next week, but we might actually have one surprise guest on next week. So
okay.
Yeah.
That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Lastly, but not least, we are looking for a third angel.
That's right. We have a casting call out there. If anybody's seen it, we are looking for our third angel. And if you guys think you have what it takes to come on and join us, me and Kim.
Yep, you have Blaze here, me. And then you have Jackie, Blondie. We need someone with dark hair, hopefully, to be our
keeping our fingers crossed
one. Red,
black,
and white. That's where we're trying to stick with.
Yeah, because we are very much like the Charlie's Angels of the Rockin' Angels paranormal group, and we just want to keep this fun, exciting. Talk about as much information with people that we can. And if anybody's interested, just let us know. Message us, and also on Rockin' Angels, as well as where else can they possibly reach us?
Where else? We're also going to be on hashtag Haunted AF on Wednesday nights. With Rocky,
yeah, we're going to be on with Rocky on Wednesday nights. So if anyone's interested in reaching out to us, we'll be on our show Tuesday nights, Rocky Show, Paranormal on Air, Haunted AF, Wednesday nights at 7:15. And so, yeah, we're excited. So let us know if anyone's interested. We'd love to talk to people and have you come on the show. And see if you like it. And then we'll go from there. But we're excited. We're super excited to get a new angel.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. So anything else before we wrap it up?
My son's trying to creep in on me.
You want to introduce Ed?
Oh, it's not Ed. It's my son, Jack.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody I made a cameo.
Oh, welcome to my world. That's my son, Jack.
All right. Well, another great show down in history.
Sorry. Yeah,
Another
so
great
that was great. Thank you so much again to Alexandria for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely amazing. We loved having her on. And I'm going to post the link. So when you come back and you see the show, we'll have the link posted on Rockin' Angels, where exactly you can go and buy her books. And that was The Little Zombies The little zombies. What was it? The little zombie kids. That's right. The little zombie kids. Yeah.
We also are going to be hosting a watch party. We're going to play the Warrens' The Devil Road. Is that what it's called? The Devil's Road. And that'll be probably this weekend. So stay tuned. Will anyone that wants to jump on and be a part of the cast with us as we watch the show, let us know. But that's coming up as well.
Yeah, so we're probably going to do that on Friday or Saturday night. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. So we'll post an event, and that way everybody can come on. You can comment the entire time we're on there, and we'll all just chat back and forth and then have a great time. But we're super excited to share that with everybody.
We'll send out links to anyone who wants to jump in with us. So that's coming up. It's probably going to be 6 p.m.-ish on Friday or Saturday night. But we'll post it up, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. So anyone who's interested in coming on and doing that, that's going to be a lot of fun. Bring your popcorn. Bring your beer.
That's right.
I'll probably have a glass of sangria, but you know, I like kettle corn.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up, Jackie. It was good talking to you again.
Yeah, you too.
Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night.
Good night.